Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm rising again in this House for what feels like the 1000th time to call on the government to end fossil fuel subsidies, to implement a windfall profit tax on oil and gas companies, and to invest in climate solutions. Each time, I draw attention to the fact that we are in a climate emergency, that in the words of Greta Thunberg, our house is on fire. When your house is on fire, you jump into action. You call the fire department. But instead, this government is not only continuing business as usual, planning to increase oil and gas production in the coming years, but they continue to hand out billions of dollars to profitable oil and gas companies. These are the companies who are literally fueling the climate crisis, who for decades have been funding disinformation about climate change, and who are profiting off increasing emissions. Our house is on fire, and instead of using our financial resources to put that fire out, the government has decided to hand out billions of dollars to the very companies intent on pouring gas on the flames. The Liberals say, yes, there's a climate emergency. Yes, our house is on fire, but let's just wait inside a little bit longer before we take action. And we should probably listen to the oil and gas lobbyists and CEOs. We should probably listen to the arsonists when we make a plan to put out that fire. They are experts in fire, after all. This is the reason we are where we are. For over 30 years, the science has been clear. And now we are seeing communities washed away, Lytton burnt to the ground, severe hurricanes on the East Coast. On the West Coast, we are choking on smoke in the summers. Hundreds of people are dying in heat waves. This is happening now, and it is only the beginning. What this means for our children, for the future that we're leaving them, you'll excuse me if I am upset and angry and tired of broken liberal promises. I want to see action, but not the kind of action that we've been seeing from this government. Don't give our public money to big polluters. They are making record profits. Make them pay for their own pollution. They can afford to reduce their own emissions. The government listened to big oil and gas lobbyists and created massive new subsidies, new handouts for unproven carbon capture and storage technology. According to the world's top climate scientists, carbon capture and storage is one of the most expensive, the most risky climate options, and unproven at scale. But it is the oil and gas industry's favorite option because it doesn't involve transitioning to different energy sources. If the oil and gas industry wants to gamble on expensive, unproven technologies, get them to do it with their own money. But instead of forcing these rich oil and gas CEOs to reduce their own emissions, the Liberals gifted them billions in tax credits. And do you know what those very companies are doing now? They are increasing their emissions, they are scaling down their climate commitments, they are raking in record profits and asking for more handouts. We need to fix Canada's taxation system that is rigged in favor of big oil and gas. Let's end fossil fuel subsidies and implement a windfall profits tax. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.